Hello, everyone, and thank you for listening to this recording. I am so excited to be able to offer this presentation to the leaders here across concerning the World Cafe that Nathan Fisher and myself are looking to put on July 11th in the morning. Um, it's gonna be a really exciting time, and it's gonna be really a lot of fun to do, and hopefully we can get a lot of volunteers to come out and check this out. What I wanted to do today is wanted to touch base with everyone, since it's very difficult to get the worship leaders all in one place. It's just easier to make a quick little video and to share my screen and to send it out via email and have everyone watch it for 10-15 minutes. So that's what we're doing here. And so I wanted to introduce to you today a little bit about what this process is going to be like, a little bit of expectations, a little bit about the expectations that we have for your worship leaders, because you are going to be an integral part of the process, just not participating, but also being the leaders within the room as well. So let's just go through this on the screen here. You will see World Cafe, and if you want to look at the website, I'm sharing my screen exactly so you can see the website, theworldcafe.com. And the World Cafe has been around for, it hasn't been around for too long. It's basically the methodology has been built off of positive psychology and positive interventions and conversations, and it's built on the idea that people talk and open up and have great conversations in a cafe setting like a Starbucks, or even in a bistro, in France, or anywhere actually. It doesn't have to be France, but that's what I mean. We make a joke about all the hipsters that go to Starbucks to write their music or to write their screenplays or to talk or have meetings, right? Because the ambiance really dictates the ability to be able to, speak and speak freely and to conversate. And that's what the World Cafe is all about, is to conversate amongst each other to come up with ideas in a setting of four people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through this information here with you, and we'll go through it pretty quickly so as to not keep you. Just one second here. So what the cafe guidelines are, it's going to be clarity on purpose. We're looking to develop some ideas for framework moving in the future for the ministry of music here at Cross. So what better ways to get anyone and everyone involved to get their ideas and have fun doing it at the same time in a positive interaction versus doing everything separate or sending out a survey, or people don't respond to that very well, just because it's overplayed. By inviting people to a cafe type setting and having fun, and you'll see what we do within this setting. You'll see that it's very engaging, for all demographics. We'll have, in some instances, I'll even give you an example where they did a World Cafe in a hospital where a CEO was sitting at a table with a line cook in the cafeteria, and they were able to exchange ideas. Normally, the CEO of the hospital will never speak with a line cook. They might say hello, but not on a business point of view. But the line cook had some really good insight, to help with the CEO, and that opened up a dialogue and was able to give a lot of opportunity for information. Also, we want to make sure that we're creating a hospitable space. So it's going to be decorated. It's, well, at the best that we can. And, we're going to have music going, and We're going to try to really make it look like a cafe type setting. There's going to be 4 chairs per table, and each table is going to have a leader, a table leader, and that's where the worship leaders are going to come into play. You will be assigned a table, and you will help facilitate the questions being asked and help understand other people who come to the table later on. You're going to help clarify what's been going on and the ideas that are being portrayed. Also, we're going to be looking at explore questions that matter. Now, explore, I have given Nathan 3 questions. Again, these can be altered if needed, but they are questions that are geared towards conversation about the goals that we have with the ministry here within Cross. So that's the heart and soul, really, of a World Cafe are how the questions are being worded and the responses of how the questions are going to be asked. And again, we are encouraging everyone to contribute. This is a very easy and open and friendly environment. Okay, no one judges, there's no judging zone, so we want to make sure that everyone feels comfortable to share their ideas and everyone's ideas are taken seriously. So that's one of the great things about a World Cafe as well is that you get to hear insight in a very comfortable and inviting atmosphere that you normally might not hear through everyday conversation or just sitting down and talking with somebody. And last but not least here, we're going to connect and listen. We're going to put our listening ears on and do active listening and listen as a whole group because we're a whole group that's going to be working towards this framework and these ideas. So, that's one of the great things. We can talk all day, but we also need to be on the listening end and being able to understand points of view, and how that can possibly work and integrate into the visions that the worship team has. So again, here we go. This is the cafe conversations at a glance. So we're going to seat 4 to 5 at a small cafe type style table. Again, the venue hasn't been set. It's going to be in Cross, but I don't know if we're going to have it in the fellowship hall or in the kitchen cafeteria area. Um, but both those places have the small little, have those round tables and chairs. So it will be set up before guests do arrive. We're going to have progressively around 3 rounds of conversation, 3 questions. They'll be posted on an invitation that Nathan's going to be sent out, and every table will have 20 to 30 minutes to discuss that question. And they're going to be dictating their answers on a flip chart paper. Questions or issues that generally matter to your life. Okay, these are the questions that we're going to be talking about. And again, we're going to encourage everyone in table hosts, which are you, and members to write and doodle and draw key ideas on the tablecloth. Well, it's actually going to be a flip chart and note ideas. Okay. So upon completing the initial round of the conversation, we're going to have the host stay while the other ones travel. So everyone else that's at the table is going to go to a table that they had not been at before, with people they had not talked with before. So that way we can have a smorgasbord of ideas. So it's going to be a really great opportunity to have everyone talk with everybody, and build those relationships as well, and those different ideas, and be able to bounce ideas off of everybody. It's going to be a great interconnection of information. And again, it's a great way to provide ideas, questions, and themes. And as this continues forward, we're going to be able to see how the ideas and everything link together and how there's duplicate ideas, and there's going to be trends and there's going to be, concepts and stuff that, great things that we might not have known about or Nathan might not have heard about until now. And stuff that we can roll with and build into the worship itinerary. Once we are finished with the 3 rounds, the table leaders will post up their flip chart paper on the wall. We'll have tape and everything set, and what we'll do is we'll have a showing. The showing would be kind of like an art type of thing where everyone's going to have a little piece of paper, note paper, and they're going to walk through and they're going to view the showing of the paper, or the showings of the flip chart paper that everyone has doodled on and everyone has their ideas on, and they're going to write down and they're going to assimilate their own ideas. What did they get from it? What trends do they see? How do they interpret certain things? And come up with their own ideas and discoveries, and that helps also deepen their understanding of where everyone's coming from too. So as you can see, this is going down a level here. We're having conversations, that's great, but then we're also digging deeper and we're getting deep into why, the why questions. Why are they there? Why are we doing this? That's a great idea, but why? And then we can explore those ideas as well when we debrief. So again, cafe etiquette. Again, we're going to focus on what matters. We're going to contribute. Everyone's going to contribute their thinking. Speak your mind and your heart. That is the key. Speaking your mind and your heart. There's no wrong answers. Listen to understand. Link and connect ideas. Listen together for insight and deeper questions. And of course, the fun part is play, doodle, draw. Writing on the tablecloths is very encouraged, but it's going to be flip charts. Unless we get the paper tablecloths like they have at Italian restaurants where you can do color on and stuff, but not sure if we have that. So we'll have to see. And this kind of just goes over a little bit about the questions, and how to create powerful questions. And we've already kind of made that question. So the 5 ways to make the collective knowledge visible. Again, use a graphic recorder. That's what we're using with the templates, with the flip charts. We're going to be coming up with some great ideas. It's going to be our gallery tour, in essence, okay, our showing, and again, right here, take a gallery tour, of the walls so people can take a look and see the ideas, and then we're going to pass on the insights. Again, people are going to have their own notes. What we're going to do is a little bit different is after we're finished with the gallery tour, we're going to debrief. Everyone's going to sit down and we're going to go over the questions and we're going to all talk about ideas, and we're going to have one main piece of paper, flip chart up in the front of the room, and we're just going to start writing out ideas. And basically we're allowing the participation of the audience to really synthesize and break down and funnel down all those great ideas into some really, really awesome topics. Hopefully we can get 10 to 15 awesome topics and framework from this, along with a whole ton of little things as well that that we can look at and try to build out and see where we're at with that information. Okay, and this is just a little bit of how to create the ambiance. Again, I went over this with Nathan as well, and he stated that the school has a lot of this information already, a lot of these resources and materials. So we're not really too worried about that. And the actual cafe, I'm gonna do is we'll get in there a little bit early, and if you would like to come as well as a worship leader to help set up, that would be very awesome. And help make the room very festive, and fun, and inviting and very happy and positive. I can't stress the positiveness of it. And again, use the imagination and be creative. I couldn't have said that even better. This is a little bit about what I would do. Again, we're going to go over. I'll be giving an overview of positive psychology or appreciative inquiry, which is based on strength based learning. Um, and why we're looking at this. Again, there's reasons to this madness, and we want to touch base and make sure that we are informing everybody, because at the end of the day, my goal as a consultant is to make sure that you guys cross can duplicate this without me being here. Okay? So if this is a success, I want the knowledge to be embedded so that it can be duplicated 6 months down the line, 12 months down the line, even 2 years down the line. We can continue to do this for other departments as well within Cross, the worship ministry, maybe the Sunday school, maybe we can branch it out to the whole church setting, where we can do a whole monster cafe, because it doesn't have to be between 20, it doesn't have to be 23 people, it can be 1,000 people. It's just ideas. This is what you guys do here. I'm a table host. What do I do? Remind people at your table to jot down key connections, ideas, discoveries, and deeper questions as they emerge. Remain at the table when others leave and welcome travelers to the table, and briefly share key insight from the prior conversation so others can link and build using ideas from their respective tables. So that you do have an extremely important part. And again, cafe conversations. I mean, this is what we're about. It's the art of the conversation. Okay, so I don't want to go through that too much. What I do want to do here is pull up my PowerPoint. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, goodness. And I want to make sure that we are ready to go with the PowerPoints on this and give you a quick overview of it. Okay. I'm not going to do a presentation on it, but it's a strength-based workshop. And again, we're going to give a brief introduction. This is kind of the agenda. Okay, so we're going to have 20 to 25 minutes of just really giving an introduction. In the World Model Cafe model, and basically a description so people know what they're doing, and they understand that it's just not questions. There's more to it. There's more of a learning component to it. The cafe conversations, again, 20 minutes per round, per question, 3 rounds. Take a break. We're also going to have breakfast there as well, or bagels, donuts, something like that. We'll do the showcase that could take 30 minutes. I want people to really divulge, think, and talk, and then 40 minutes to really discuss the core themes with the debriefing. And then I want to add the dream questions again, and kind of just what I'm going to do is hand out a piece of paper, have people go over what their dreams are, 3 biggest wishes that they would have for the worship ministry, and then I'm also going to have an evaluation as well, just to make sure that we are doing this right, and getting proper feedback so we can make changes next time around, if any changes need to be made. And of course, we're going to be taking pictures during this time as well. So if you don't want your picture taken, just let me know and we can avoid you. Introduction. A quick look at appreciative inquiry. If anyone knows what appreciative inquiry is basically the study and methodology of finding the best in every situation. We as the world tend to look at the worst, negativity. We have status quo, and then we have the worst. We're always looking for there's always a problem that needs a solution, right? There's always an issue that needs to be fixed. Why don't we find what's working, focus on the positive, and build off that? So here's a little bit of the example. Here's, we have the average, and then, typically we focus on what went wrong, what to fix, who's to blame, right? But what if we focus on what's going on, what's going right? What if we do more, and who's to praise? And then what does AI do? It raises the human emotional positive, life affirming energy. In essence, what I like to tell people is it brings the human into organizations. Everything is so robotic these days, from Fortune 500 companies to a mom and pop shop. You know, it's very robotic. It's very transactional. We need to make it, especially in a church setting, we need to make it very transformational. You know, what are we doing right? Let's focus on what we're doing right and build on what's going right in a positive way. You know, taking the high road. You know, if we focus on this top positive, these top green, you know, that would be amazing. You know, and we can do this by asking the what questions, you know, map stories, you know, and that's what we're doing with this cafe, right? We're getting stories, you know, we're listening, you know, to ideas, you know, reasons why, you know, someone's going to come up with a great idea, right? And they're going to, and someone might say, well, why do you think that? Well, let me tell you why I think that, you know, da 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 da. That's awesome. So that's the whole goal behind this is to the communication component, you know, and some qualities of, concerning AI, you know, seeing the inherent potential in every situation, the capacity to learn from things you fear, choose your attitude in any given circumstance, finding the breakthrough and valuable solution hidden in the present, and working directly on behavior in order to change. So, you know, the typical problem solving, you know, we identify a problem, conduct a root analysis, brainstorm solutions, develop action plans, yada, yada, yada. Appreciative inquiry. What is? Imagine what might be. How cool is that? Just think of that. What might everything be like? What might the music ministry be like? Just take a minute to picture what it could be like. Determine what should be, and that's what we're doing is we're going to gather information to find out what should be, and then we're going to create what it will be. You see how that works? It's absolutely phenomenal. Very simple. Okay, and then this is just kind of going through just some information, and again, these are going to be. This is the slideshow that I'm going to be giving at the presentation. Okay, so these are examples of the World Cafe flip charts. You know what people have done. They're pretty well done, but you know, again, these are exemplars. You know, these are people sitting down writing on a flippy chart. This is starting a showcase. You know, again, huge table, a lot of people, a lot of different ideas. Okay, so I don't want to keep you guys any longer. It's been quite a while. You know, we're going on about 25 minutes. So I want to thank you very much for attending or listening to this. I hope that you guys are as excited as I am about having this World Cafe. I think it's going to do wonders for just having fun, you know, finding a positive outlet, conversations, people talking with people that normally don't talk with people, but also gathering information that we can use and use in a positive manner. So please let me know if you have any questions. My phone number again, I mean, you can email me or my phone number is 630-200-9114. Here, let me. Okay, no prank calls, please. Okay, and um, I'm just like I said, I'm very excited about this opportunity. I think this is going to be a great opportunity, and I am so proud to have you guys and the worship leaders and all the people be a part of this. So, looking forward to this. Again, let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to help you out. That's what I do, and we will talk with you soon. Have a great day, and thanks for listening.